Good morning, everybody. I am in the kitchen this morning and I'm getting ready to do something for my nephew because it is Thanksgiving and I'm not going to see him. So I'm going to talk a little bit about having an off meal. I get questions about this all the time, trying to determine what type of an off meal you should have and should you even have the off meal. At the end of the day, the first thing you want to consider is how does it impact your health? Are you dealing with an autoimmune issue like I am? Are you dealing with a very serious health issue? Then you really want to contemplate if it makes sense for you to have an off meal. If I were to eat what my nephew is about to be handed, I would be very sick. When I talk about being sick, I'm talking about potentially go to the hospital sick. So you have to know your limits. If something like this is going to put you over the edge and it's going to put you in a position to where you have to take more insulin or you have to start taking a different medication, or you're going to end up having a histamine response that's going to cause your lupus to attack you, your MS to attack you, is it really worth it to feel that way? Are you, ultimately, are you really benefiting from it? Are you enjoying that moment so much that it's worth you spending the next couple weeks not feeling well? Now, if you're in a position to where you're able to have something like this, and yes, of course, your stomach might feel a little bit more bloated. You may end up with a little bit of a headache. You may feel a little bit foggy or tired for the rest of Thanksgiving Day. But yet it's worth it because you get to have fun with your family and you get to enjoy time with your family. And this is a special treat that you've always enjoyed and you're able to put it down afterwards. Then by all means, have that treat and enjoy that treat. My husband just competed in a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu competition and he had restricted himself for several months. And so afterwards, we went to a restaurant. I sat right next to him, ate my lettuce-wrapped hamburger, and he had an entire pizza. He had chicken wings, and he had pretzels. And then he came home the next day and ate an apple pie. And he enjoyed every minute of it. And he's definitely feeling more sluggish, and he's definitely feeling more down-regulated, and he's gained 7 pounds, and he can feel it. But he'll get it right back off, and he'll go right back into his normal plan. If you can get back on the horse and start riding down the healthy trail again, then do it. That's the key. Do it. Enjoy this. Do it. If it's not going to cause a significant reaction in your body the way it would me, then do it. If it is going to trigger you to then cheat on your food for the rest of the week, you really want to pray about if it makes sense to do this or not. Is it truly worth it? Where's the payoff? If it sends you into a tailspin of needing sugar every single day, then is it worth it? In most cases, it's not. Sugar changes your brain. I'm getting ready to make him fudge. Okay, so growing up, I always made fudge. I started making fudge for Thanksgiving and Christmas, I think in like the 6th grade with my dad. And so I've always made fudge. Well, I haven't made fudge in probably 8 years just because I've been so sick from my immune condition that I can't eat this type of food, so I just don't make it anymore. Now, I did create a healthy bakery, so I do have, items that my daughter can eat, but I just don't make this type of food because she even has small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, so she's not even able to eat this type of food and still be healthy. My husband deals with anxiety on a regular basis if he eats poorly. If he eats clean, he doesn't deal with the anxiety near as much, not even close to as much. So he eats clean. So we don't really need to have food like this around our house on a regular basis. So I just haven't been making it for years. But my nephew really enjoys the fudge that I make, and he, was wanting to, try to make it. So I thought I would give him a treat and actually make a big pot of fudge for him, which will be 2 big pans full of fudge, and then his entire family can enjoy that. If there's ever a time of the year that I feel like it would be appropriate to have an off meal, it's going to be on your birthday, Christmas, and Thanksgiving. Those are the times of year that it's just worth having an off meal. You're with your family. You're going to get to have a special meal or a special item that maybe only your mom makes well, or maybe, you're using a special recipe that your grandmother gave you. These are legacies that you can pass down to your son and daughter. You can pass down to your grandkids. This is when it's worth it. When it's not worth it is when the next day you feel absolute regret because you sat down and ate the entire pan of fudge. You woke up the next day and then went ahead and had pancakes. Then that afternoon you went ahead and had pizza because you thought, well, if I screwed up one time, I might as well just keep screwing up. That's when having the cheat meal is wrong. When you're feeding your flesh, you're going to regret it. You're going to feel some shame from it. You're going to feel regret from it. When you're feeding your faith, you're going to feel fulfilled. And if you feel you have the wisdom that says it's okay to sit down and have this meal with my family, I'm going to feel okay from it, and I'm going to get right back onto a healthy track. And tomorrow when a craving comes, I'm going to just look past the craving. We've gotten to a place within our society that it is such there's such a requirement on fulfilling a craving. People say, well, what can I do when I'm craving this? Do you have to fulfill the craving? You know, does it benefit you to fulfill that craving? Eat healthy food, eat a balanced palate every day, day in and day out. You likely won't have near as many cravings. You'll walk by cake and still want it, but you won't likely have the same amount of cravings. But if you fulfilled every craving you had, you would not be on a healthy path, and you wouldn't have a healthy body, and you wouldn't have a healthy family. So you have to decide, when will I make exceptions? And if Thanksgiving is the time to make the exception, do it. But maybe don't blow the entire meal. If you're going to have stuffing, don't have rolls. If you're going to have mashed potatoes, don't have bread and stuffing. Try not to do too much of it in one sitting so that you don't get yourself super sick. If you're going to have a big, huge piece of pie, eat the big piece of pie, but don't eat the top crust and don't eat the back crust. Only eat the bottom crust, or just eat the inside of the pie. There's ways that you can reduce and ways that you can have less and less of a response to allow yourself to continue to enjoy the holiday and to continue to be healthy. Praying that my nephew appreciates and enjoys this fudge that I'm making him. I can't even lick the spoon, but I know that he'll probably enjoy it. And I pray that each of you have an amazing Thanksgiving. We have so much to be thankful for. Number one, we have hope because of Jesus Christ. That is our number one reason for this holiday season that is coming up. But number two, we have our family, and we get to have this day where none of us, really have anything major that we have to do other than those of you that still have to work. Sit down, enjoy your family. Just have fun. It's not all about what you get to indulge on. It's about the time spent with family and just how much we appreciate them, and tell them how much you appreciate them. My dog is right here at my feet telling me how much she appreciates me. So I am under kitchen construction right now, so I'm sorry if it was a super loud video, but I hope this information helps you. God bless you this Thanksgiving.